Hey, I'm Al McGee with YETicket.com. I'm here with Steve Leibowitz. Here's the movie night.net film critic. And we're going to talk about the new Marvel movie, Captain America Brave New World. I'm going to tell you this. I was really shocked about the quality of this film and the storyline. But let's start off with you, Steve. What do you think of this film?
I went in out every time every trailer I see for this movie looked bad, and most of the movies lately from Marvel have not been good. So it's like even though last year Deadpool Wolverine was great, it was an exception. But I'm like and Anthony Mackie taking over for as the new Captain America because they had the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show where he basically officially sort of took over the Shield. But you know what, Al? I guess it helped have my expectations lower because this was a good Marvel superhero movie. Anthony Mackie has earned the shield. I really enjoyed this movie. There was reports there was like lots of reshoots for the action sequences. Well, those reshoots paid off because I thought all the action sequences were great right from the very first one. And that's where I was really going to be judgy because I'm like, okay, let's see how this first action scene measures up. And you know what? It delivered. And throughout the whole thing, we had, there was a great, it delivered. I had a great time on this Marvel movie, Al.
I agree with you too. I thought the action scenes was very good, and I thought the human story of this movie was very good too. I really enjoyed that part. But again, the action. But not only that, the storyline. But the storyline is here. But I felt there were just a few things maybe missing that people don't remember and they forgot about, and things like that with the storyline. But I felt that this storyline for this particular movie was very good and I really enjoyed it. I was very surprised at it because, again, there have been some dogs from Marvel for the last 2 years as far as movies, but overall, they did very well.
They did. And you know what? You really have to know your Marvel movie history because this goes back all the way to the events that happened in The Incredible Hulk. That was the second Marvel movie back in 2008, Al. And actually, a villain who was sort of like teased at the end of that finally makes his appearance after 16 years into the Marvel universe. So yeah, and even events from the Eternals comes to play here, which was not a big popular Marvel movie, but they really played a big role here. So yeah, you kind of need to know your Marvel history a bit, but I like how it all tied in together.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. You have to know your Marvel movie history with this film. But if you don't, you still will enjoy this film and you will understand what's going on in this film. And I felt that the actors in this, again, like to say Anthony Mackie, but also in this too, we had Giancarlo Esposito. He's in this film too. And Danny Ramirez, you know, I thought he did a great job with this film. And Carl Lumbly as one of the first soldiers. Uh, Man, they had a
Oh,
very good cast.
yes, and also, of course, a big casting is here is Harrison Ford. Now, William Hurt used to be Thaddeus Ross going back to 2008, Incredible Hulk, and he was in the Captain America Civil War. He was in the Avenger movies, but of course, unfortunately, William Hurt died, and Harrison Ford took over. And of course, he filled in perfectly. Probably there was no one else who could have filled that role, but Harrison Ford did it great.
At first I wanted to say no, not him, but he did very well. But again, people got to understand who is General Ross. They got to understand his history. And like you said, it goes back to the first Hulk movie from 2008. And they got to understand his storyline and things like that. And they got to understand how treacherous and also how hateful this guy was. And I hate to give something away, but Liv Tyler, oh, it was refreshing to see her beautiful face. But I'm not going to tell you when and what, but I have to put that in there about her. But not
Yeah,
only that, like you say,
that is a small spoiler alert, but yes.
yeah, but I will admit, uh, the action scenes was good, and Anthony Mackie didn't have any superpowers, or the serum that the
Right.
original Captain American had. And also, he didn't have a lot of other things that the original Captain America had or has, but he did very well as an ordinary human.
No, and that's what makes him relatable. And he talks about how he's like a character of hope and something to aspire to because he still has his Falcon wings as part of his Captain America garb, but no, and he still questions himself whether he really is a person who should inherited the Captain America mantle. But so yes, there's a lot of good character stories in this too. Thaddeus Ross talks about how his like estranged relationship to his daughter that he's still trying to mend. So that's another thing. There are good character elements to this movie too.
Yeah,
I guess
also, I really like Shira Haas too as the protector of the president.
she was
She
great. Yes,
plays
I like
Ruth.
she's a nice addition. Yeah, I liked her too. So the cat. Listen, I think Marvel fans who have been really kind of like let down a lot by Marvel movies. This is the first Marvel movie. I think there's three, maybe four this year. We got Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four this year, maybe a fourth. I'm not sure, but at least three. So we'll see how they all play out. But the first one delivers. We'll see how the rest go. But if they can sort of raise their game again, that's a great sign for Marvel.
Yeah, and for me, Marvel is like Apple to me. When Apple come out with new products, I get excited. I buy a new iPhone every year and things like that. So I'm buying this film, Captain America. So how do you rate this?
Al, this is a great. I said I had a great time with the movie. I'm giving it 3.5 swords.
You know what? I'm going to give it four palm trees. I'm going to give it an excellent rating because I love Anthony Mackie. I love the storyline. I love that it was human. I love that it was convoluted with a lot of comedy and things like that. And I like the actors. There's very good actors in this film. So I'm giving it four palm trees out of four here, YETicket.com.
All right, we're basically on the same page, more or less. So all good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you,
Always
movienight.net.
fun. Oh, always fun to come on now. Always fun.
I know, man. I really enjoy you and I really enjoy your reviews. And I'm glad we enjoyed this film together. Thank you.
Yes.
This is your entertainment ticket. Latest and greatest.